Hey folks, it's Anthony here. Congratulations on your purchase of a LiteTouch display. You will not be disappointed. What I've got here for you is just a little quick start video to show you how to get rolling once you get your LiteTouch. Now, behind me, you'll see the LiteTouch. So this video assumes that you've already got it and either mounted it on the wall or put it on a stand. I'm not going to show you how to put that together because it's going to depend on the stand. But once it's up and running, here's what we got to do. First things first, power cord. Now we're going to have to plug in our power cord. All right, so once you have your power cord here, you got to go around to the back side of the display. You can either access it from the back, as you see here, or if it's on the wall, you can get up underneath it. But down, if you're looking head on at the display, it's on the right-hand side. You'll see it's labeled AC for power. Take your power cord just like a computer might have. You just plug it into that port there. It only goes in one way, so if it doesn't work, you might have to spin it around. Once that's plugged in, the other side gets plugged into your wall outlet or your power strip or whatever it's going into. And then there's a little toggle switch right next to the power cord that says on off. Flip it on, you're all set. Now you can turn your display on. So I'm just going to flip the switch on the back here. Now is when our panel boots up. Now, going forward, you can just use the power button on the back. You don't have to use this switch in the back. This is a main power switch. So you're going to see the screen come up, panel's booting up. Now, if you've got the Pro version with the PC built in, it's probably going to go right to the PC first, but you're going to see Android come up here first regardless. So if this is all you see right now, don't worry. This is the Android system. So this is what runs within the display. Regardless of how you're using it, it's always running. Now, you can do some basic setup. You go into all apps. You can set your clock. There's settings here so you can hook it up to your Wi-Fi. If you want to use wired network, you can do that too. Anybody that's used an Android tablet or phone, same thing, just may not look as pretty. But it is the same stuff. So you can go and just set your languages and all that good stuff in there and you're good to go. Now we can go back to our home screen. Now if you've got a computer that you're going to use your own computer, we'll hook that up and I'll show you that in a second. First I want to go over some of the accessories you may have seen because now is when we're going to use them. In addition to the power cord that we've already hooked up, you're going to get a USB cable and an HDMI cable. Now if you need a longer HDMI cable, that's fine. Any HDMI will work. But you need these two cables to connect your computer. In addition, remote control, and you get two styluses. These are not electronic. There's nothing all that special about them. They're just used so you don't have to use your finger. If you want to use the stylus on the display, you can do that. So hang on to them. They're magnetic. They'll stick onto whatever metal stand you're going to use. But perhaps the most important thing is this little tiny dongle. You will see it in the accessory bag. Do not lose it. Don't throw it out. This is your Wi-Fi dongle for Android. Okay, this is what lets your Android system get online. Before you can hook this up to Wi-Fi, we got to plug this in. So let's do so. All right, so you're going to have your Wi-Fi dongle. This again comes in the box. On the left-hand side of the display, on the side, this is the main connection panel. Now you'll see three USB ports right here, USB 3.0, USB 3.0, USB 2.0. These are for the Android system that's built in. Take your dongle, plug it into any one of those. Really doesn't matter. As long as it's plugged in, you'll now be able to get Wi-Fi on your Android system. So now if you want to connect your own computer, like I've got this laptop here, we can place it on a table, on a desk. This particular stand has a shelf. How convenient. We're going to take these cables, we're going to hook them up to the computer. Now with the USB, it's your typical rectangular USB plug. That's going to plug into your computer. And then the HDMI will plug into the HDMI port on your computer. We've also have VGA on this display. So if your computer has a VGA port, you can use a VGA cable to connect it as well. Now you will have to maybe change a setting or two or push a certain button to activate that output. That's going to depend on your computer. I'm not personally sure which one it's going to be, so every computer varies. But you might have to do that. So this is the end of the USB cable that plugs into the display. Now the reason we had to remember which HDMI port is because there's 4 of them here, labeled Touch USB 1, Touch USB 2, Touch USB 3, Touch USB 4. It has to match up with the HDMI port that you're using. So in this case, we're going to plug into Touch USB 3. And this other side is going to get plugged into our computer. And now when we select from our source, which I'll show you in a minute, HDMI 3, it's also going to pull from Touch USB 3. And you'll have video and touch control of that computer. If you accidentally plug into the wrong plug, so I've got HDMI in 3 and I plugged USB into 2, I'm going to see my computer screen, but the touch isn't going to respond. So make sure you're always matching up. So now that you've got your computer connected, make sure you install your software. Install the LitePen software on the computer. It's good for Windows and Mac. Either one you can use. You're going to need it so you can draw on your screen. Now, if you got the OPS PC with the LiteTouch, so if you got the LiteTouch Pro, that computer's already installed. Let me show you how to get that. Now in Android, if you want to access the menu, you just go to either side, put your finger in the black section, not the trim, but inside on the glass, and just swipe out. You'll see this little menu pop up. Now the top is your source. That's your home button, which takes us back to this screen. These are frequently used apps like our Whiteboard, which we'll get to in a second. But if we hit our source, you're going to see all those HDMI ports that we were talking about. You'll also see one labeled Pro. Now that's only going to work if the PC is installed, but if you do, you just tap on Pro, and it's going to take us to our Windows PC. LitePen is already installed on it, so we don't have to worry about that. And now it's ready to go. So you might be thinking, what do I do at this point? Well, it's a Windows PC, so treat it like any other Windows PC. If you wanted to plug a wireless mouse and keyboard into it, there's USB ports on the PC. You can plug it in and use that. Otherwise, just use your finger or the included stylus, and you open and close programs, just like you would on any other Windows PC. You can use the software. You can see our other video showing you some of the features of the software. But again, it is just regular PC. Set it up as you would any other Windows laptop or desktop that you're going to use. Now, as I mentioned, I had another video where we show some of the features in the software. I'd recommend checking that out. Just want to show you a few more things to make sure that you're up and running when you have this set up. Now, if you installed your own PC, remember this guy right here? If you connected your own laptop to the display, once it's connected, we're going to do the same thing. We swipe to the side, you hit source, and then you tap on the number of the HDMI port that you connected it to. 1, 2, 3, or 4. The one without a number is for the front. So for the front, generally say that's great for a guest who's coming in. Maybe somebody's just coming in and wants to display something on your display, or maybe you've had a student with a Chromebook want to plug in. Real easy to access because it's in the front, so you can plug it in, they can see it up on the screen, you're all set. That's what the blank one is for. It's for that front plug. Either way, you just select the source that you're plugged into, HDMI 1, HDMI 2. I personally don't have anything plugged into it right now, so it says no signal. Nice reminder that there's nothing connected. So we just go back, hit Pro, and you'll see the Windows screen again. All right, now, as I mentioned to you, you swipe out from either side to see the Android menu. If you want to make that go away, quickly tap on one of the icons and swipe it back in, and it goes away. All right? If you tap on the screen, it's not going to do anything. You just got to kind of swipe back from one of the icons, and it goes away. Now, one of the cool features in here is the Whiteboard. Looks like a little screen with an arrow pointing up above it. So this whiteboard opens up a new menu down below. I'm going to make this one go away. Now I have my whiteboard menu down here. This allows me to draw over any input that I have. And I'll go a little more in depth in the other video, so definitely check it out. But I can also open the main whiteboard app right here. Again, this is in Android. You don't need a PC for this. I can draw on the screen just like that. You've got a home button here. I don't want to save. Again, I go into the main features of it in the other video. Definitely check it out. If we go back to our Android menu here, swipe out from the side. Looks like a little house. That takes you to your main Android screen. If there is no computer connected, this is what you can see. You'll see you can also select the source there. It'll just go to whatever's plugged in. Makes it easy for you. But again, if you have no computer connected, this is the screen you're going to see. You can use your web browser. You can use your whiteboard. All you got to do is tap on the icon, then your web browser comes up, your whiteboard comes up. You can draw on your screen. You can save it, all not needing a PC attached. You want to get out of there, you can hit the exit button, you can hit home. It'll take you right back here. Now you can install your own Android apps if you like. There's no Google Play Store pre-installed, so you can install it, or you can do what's called side loading. You have to basically download the file onto a flash drive and plug it in and load it. And there's tons of tutorials online on how to side load Android apps. Do so at your own risk. You know, they're not Google Play authorized and protected, so you know. If you install the Play Store though, you can just download them right from the Play Store and not worry about it. All right, so one other thing I want to show you about the display, this little group of buttons down here. Now, they all have their little icons, just like a TV does, but here's what they do. So all the way on the left is your power button. You press that, it's going to turn off. So I'm not going to press it right now. If you have the Pro PC built in, it will shut off the PC as well. If you have a separate laptop plugged in, not going to be affected. It's basically just like turning off the power on your TV at home. Push that button, screen goes black. No problem. Next to that, kind of a little square menu looking thing. That is your menu button. You can also access it on the remote control. You will see that in a source screen. So if you're looking at a separate laptop, HDMI 1, 2, 3, that button brings up the menu. In the Android screen like this, it brings up wallpapers. Apparently I didn't click it. So now you can actually change wallpapers on your Android screen, so pretty customizable. That's what's great about Android. Left and right arrows. This is your volume control. So if you push the button, it'll bring up the volume bar, which you can then raise and lower with your finger. How cool is that? You could sit here and hit up and up and up and up and up, or down, 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 down. Or you can just do it with your finger. It's great about a touchscreen, right? Over here is up and down. These are only used in the menu. As I mentioned earlier, if you're in a source screen, you'll see the menu. The last button here, this is one you probably don't want to bother with at all. This turns your gesture control on and off. So if you push this, you'll get a message here that says gesture control off. If your screen doesn't work, that might be why. Push it again, gesture control on. Now I can touch it and do everything I expect to. So if you're touching the screen and nothing's happening, two things to check first. One, make sure your gesture controls are on, and then make sure your USB cable's plugged in. That's probably why it's not working. But that's about it. So hopefully that got you up and running. It's an easy to use system. If you've got any experience with an Android tablet or phone, you can pick this up pretty quick. And once your computer's connected, well, it's just a regular computer. This is just a big touchscreen for that computer. So the rest is all just learning the LitePen software and then using any of the great LiteTouch accessories that you may have gotten with it. So definitely check out my other video, which shows the software a little bit more in depth. Just keep in mind, it's all icon driven. If you see a pencil, it's going to let you draw. If you see an eraser, it's going to erase. If you see the floppy disk, it's going to save. It's real, real easy. If you got any questions, you can always give us a call here at Touchboards. We might be able to help you out, but any technical stuff, something's maybe not working right, you're really not sure about something, you can always call LiteTouch directly. They're going to be better equipped to troubleshoot as well as assist with technical support. All right, any other questions in the meantime though, give us a call. 866-942-6273.